Hi guys, today we are working on our hips and our legs in our Hasta Padangusthasana. Many variations, so we're going to need a belt, we're going to need a block or a brick, either or is fine. So put them to the side for now. We are starting laying down. We're starting with our legs crossed at our shins, just as if we were sat down but we'd fallen over. So legs across the shins, opening wide through the hips, laying back on our spine, resting your head down, fingertips to the shoulders, pressing the shoulders down, lengthening the back of the neck, then resting the head down. Arms are out by your sides, palms facing up, or if you're okay through your shoulders, we can stretch our arms up, hold on to our opposite elbow and allow our arms to rest up and overhead to the floor behind. Closing your eyes here, feeling wide open, through your shoulders, through your chest. Wide open along your hips, along your body. Your eyes are closed as you take this time to focus on your breath, to prepare your body, to relax your body and your mind for today's practice. Deepening the inhale, lengthening and relaxing on the exhale, trying to make your breath long and smooth, clearing your mind of any distracting thoughts by focusing just on your breath. And we're exercising our lungs right now just as much as any other part of our body. Deepening the inhale, lengthening the exhale, getting rid of any stale air from your lungs, from your body. Bringing your arms back over and bringing your knees together. Just hug your knees into your chest and hug your knees down. Just make small little circles, massaging out through the lower back. And releasing your feet back down to the ground. From here we're coming up into our glute bridge. So our first option is to have our feet out hip distance and our knees are pointing up to the sky. Our option 2 to open up more through the hips is bringing the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide into Padangusthasana legs. From here everything is the same, so pressing down with the arms, pressing down with the feet, engaging our Mula Bandha and pushing up with our hips into our glute bridge. When we're at the top you can tuck under one shoulder and then the other. And if you feel comfortable, interlacing your hands behind your back, pressing down with your arms but pushing up with the hips. So we're strengthening the back body, stretching out through the front body. And because our legs are like they are, so soles of the feet together, knees are out wide into Padangusthasana legs, then we're still stretching out through the hips even more. Holding at the top of the move, we're still breathing. Still feeling strong, still feeling balanced. Remember, if this is too much on your hips or on your feet or your ankles, just bring your feet back to the normal bridge position. That is completely fine. Listen to your own body. We're not trying to hurt ourselves. Releasing the hands and tucking the shoulders, rolling yourself all the way back down. So we're going to work with our glute bridge again, shifting more through the hips this time. So our movement is we push up through the center. Our hips want to stay level. All we're going to do is slide them over to one side. And then slide your hips back to center, still staying at the high point of the move, then sliding your hips over to the other side. Sliding back to center and lowering back down vertebrae by vertebrae. Holding for a moment at the bottom before going again. So we inhale, we lift, pushing high through the hips. exhale, sliding over to one side as far as you can go, still keeping the hips high. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, sliding over to the other side. Inhale, coming back to the middle. And exhale, releasing back down to the bottom. So if you're getting the hang of this move, stay here. If you want to work the core a little bit harder, then we can extend the arms up to the sky as we continue on with the move exactly the same. We always exhale as we push the hips over to one side, trying to relax through the hips, relax through the body. Inhale as we come back to center, charging back up through center, before releasing back down to the bottom. Firming our Mula Bandha at all times, our root muscles staying strong, protecting our spine. We're still breathing, still flowing and moving with our breath. Our breath controls the speed of the move, and we're still trying to keep our hips level, not rocking one hip up higher than the other. And releasing back down, let's bring our knees together, hug our knees back in towards our chest, and roll around, easing off our back after our bridges. Let's roll ourselves up now, just so we can grab hold of our belt and either our brick or our block, whatever we've got handy. Rolling ourselves back down. So our brick we want to place over at the right side, just underneath, just to the outside of our right hip. That is a leg we're going to be taking out to the side. With our belt, we want a little loop, and we're going to take that loop around our right foot. We want our right leg to be straight, our right hip staying down. Our right arm is holding the loop, and we want that arm to be straight as well. The right shoulder is staying down on the ground, and our left hand is going to the left hip, and the left knee is staying bent, the left foot on the ground. Nice and gently, we're going to take our right leg out towards the right side, keeping the leg straight, and counterbalancing the weight by sending our left knee out to the left side. We want our hips to be level. We want our right leg to be as straight as possible. We're still breathing, still relaxing into our inner thighs, into our hips. And lifting back up to center. So the strap is still around the right foot, but this time we're going to take the loop with both hands. So we want to bring the right foot up and over to the left shoulder. So it's just coming across the center line of the body and up towards the opposite shoulder, the left shoulder. We're keeping the foot flexed, we're keeping the leg straight, and we're going to feel the stretch all the way down the back of the leg. Widening our elbows. Still breathing, easing off if we need to, or just holding here. Keeping your right hip grounded as we bring the right leg over to the left shoulder. It's not a massive move, but we do feel it quite a lot in the back of the leg. And releasing back to the middle. So from here we're going to stretch our left leg out and away, flexing into the foot. We're still holding on to the loop with both hands. We're keeping our right leg straight, we're keeping the right leg where it is. All we're going to do is widen the elbows, lifting up our head, neck and shoulders, as if we're trying to get the nose towards the knee. Don't worry, we're probably not going to get there, but that's where we're aiming for. So widening the elbows, holding onto the strap, lifting up the head, neck and shoulders. Still flexing into the left foot, keeping that outstretched leg working and active. We're still breathing. And releasing back down. From here, we want to bring the leg up towards the face this time. So the right leg is wanting to come up towards the right shoulder. So widening our elbows and drawing the foot closer towards your face. Resting your head down this time. Keeping the leg as straight as possible. If you're a little bit more flexible today, then you might be able to grab hold of the ankle and encourage the leg more towards the shoulder. If not, don't worry about it. We want the leg straight. We want the foot flexed. That is more important. And don't forget about your left leg as well. We're still stretching that out, still flexing into the foot. We're still breathing, preparing our body for what's to come later. And releasing back to the top. So from here, we're going to go back to the first stretch we did. So make sure we've got our block still into the right hip. We're going to have our left hand onto our left hip, and we're taking our right leg out towards the right side. So our left hand on the hip is encouraging that left hip to stay down. We can keep hold of the loop with the right hand, or if you can, you might want to hold onto the big toe this time. Still keeping our hips level, still breathing. The longer you hold this pose, the more your body relaxes into it, and the further down you're going to be able to go. But remember, it's more important to keep the hips down, to keep the hips level. So we're not dropping all of our weight out to the right side. That's a big no-no. Bringing our right leg back up to the top. So we're going to give the loop to the left hand this time, stretching our right arm out to the right side. We're going to draw the right leg over towards the left side, shifting our hips about to stack them one on top of the other, allowing our left foot to turn out to the left side, but still keeping our right shoulder down at the right side, stretching our right arm out to the right side, and looking over towards the right hand. We're going to feel this stretch all the way down the back of the right leg, and especially into the glutes or into the area around the tailbone, the lower back. Keeping both shoulders down, breathing into the stretch. You can keep hold of the loop, or you might want to grab onto the foot instead, whatever feels best for you and your body. Be curious, have a play around, but be gentle. I love this stretch. Remember to keep breathing. Keep trying to relax your body further. And lift your leg back up to center. Let's repeat all of that on the other leg. So we're going to move our block over towards the outside of the left hip this time, taking our left leg up to the sky, taking the loop around the left foot. We keep the left leg straight, we're flexing through the left foot. We hold the loop with the left hand, keeping the left shoulder down. Right knee stays bent to begin with, right hand onto the right hip, taking the left leg out to the left side and allowing your right knee to drop out to the right side. So the reason we have the brick or the block just underneath the outside of the hip of the leg that's going out to the side is to stop us from dropping all of our weight down to that side. We want the hips to be level. We do not want to throw our hip out. We want everything to be controlled. We're not just dropping down and letting gravity do this work for us. We are resisting, we are breathing. We are relaxing. And bringing your left leg back up to the top. Holding onto the loop with both hands. From here, we want to get the left leg up towards the right shoulder, so just across the center line of the body, and then up towards your right shoulder. The left hip stays down, we're widening our elbows, we're keeping our legs straight. flexing into the foot. You can ease off this stretch if you need to, or you can stay here and keep breathing. These ones are great if you have any sciatic nerve trouble, or if you've been doing a lot of sitting down lately. Stretching out through the back of the leg and into the lower back. And easing that leg back to center. Stretching your right leg away, flexing into the right foot. Holding onto this loop with both hands, widening our elbows, lifting off our head, neck and shoulders, trying to get our nose towards our knee. It's the head that wants to travel up to the leg at the moment. We're not bringing the leg towards the head. Releasing your head back down, widening your elbows. Now we can bring the leg towards the head. We're trying to bring the left leg up towards the left shoulder by widening our elbows. If you want to, you might be able to hold on to the ankle, encouraging the leg more towards the shoulder. But we're keeping both legs straight. We're flexing through both feet. We are still breathing. Making your breath long and smooth, encouraging your body to relax more with each exhale. Lifting the leg back up to the top. Right hand comes to the right hip, still holding the loop with the left hand back to the first stretch we did, taking the left leg out to the left side, flexing into the right foot. Option this time, if you want to take the big toe with the first two fingers, thumb on the outside. Still keeping our right hip grounded, that's why our right hand stays on the hip. Not dropping all the way out to the left side. That's why we have the block there. It's our training tool. And lifting the leg back up to center. Taking the loop with the right hand, left arm stretches out by the left side, dragging the left leg all the way across to the right side. Tucking your hips under, stacking them one on top of the other, allowing your right foot to turn out to the right side, keeping your left shoulder down, taking your gaze over towards the left hand. You can keep hold of the loop with the right hand, or you can grab the left foot if you want to. Just holding in your twist. You can close your eyes and take your practice deeper, concentrating on your breath, enjoying the stretch, enjoying your twist, feeling the changes in your body. And releasing, bringing everything back to the middle, moving your block, moving your belt away. We're coming into our happy baby pose now, so holding onto the feet from the outside, Soles of the feet up towards the sky, knees are out wide, knees are bent. Tailbone stays grounded, and we're trying to bring the knees down to the ground each side of the chest. Keeping your spine long, we can stay here, or we can have a little rock around going from one side to the other. If the feet are too far away to grab, hold on to the ankles, hold on to your shins, hold on to your knees. And release the legs back down. Let's roll ourselves up and onto the side. So right now I have a brick, but it's better to use a yoga block for this move. So laying on our side, we can support our head or we can stretch out with the top arm. It's up to you. Our block is going to go behind our back, just underneath our bum or somewhere along there, just to stop us from rolling back. Hips are stacked one on top of the other. With our top leg, we're going to glide it up the leg as if we're coming into tree pose. Then we're extending the leg up to the sky, and then we're lowering the leg all the way back down. So we are working through the hips today. So when we slide and glide the leg up, we're pushing our hips forwards, extending up with the leg, and then flexing through the foot as we lower the leg back down. So the block behind you is to stop you from rolling back. We want to be laying on the side of our body. We do not want to be resting back on our bum, not right now. We want to push our hips forwards throughout the move. We're engaging our core, so belly button drawn in towards our spine, engaging our Uddiyana Bandha. Sliding, gliding the leg into tree pose, extending up to the sky, flexing the foot, lowering all the way back down. Using the strength of your leg, that's why the move is slow. Let's reverse the move now. So we're going to start by taking our leg up to the sky, then we're bending the knee back down into tree pose and sliding the leg back down. Extending up, bending the knee, coming into tree pose and sliding the leg back down. Remember, we are slow and controlled. We're not just swinging our leg around. If you feel you're rolling back onto your bum at any point, then just make the block behind you a little bit more secure, so tucking it further in. This is when I realized that my brick kept on sliding away and my block was more ideal. Had a larger surface area so it'd stick to the ground easier. If you have a wedge, this is a great time to use it. Just like a little door stopper, stopping you from rolling away. Holding here, we're going to slide the leg up to tree pose. If you can, take hold of the ankle. We're pushing the knee out, pushing our hips forwards. Holding here, we're a tree that's fallen over. So for the next one, you can use your belt, it's up to you. Or we can try and grab the big toe as we extend the leg up to the sky. We're still pushing our hips forwards, we haven't rolled back onto our bum. And we're just extending the leg up to the sky and maybe more towards our head side. Trying to keep both legs straight. Still engaging our core, working our balance. And releasing back down. Let's switch sides. You can just roll over, or if you still want to face me, then switch around. So we can support our head on our hand. We can extend out with the arm. We want to tuck the block in just behind to stop us from rolling away. Our hips are stacked one on top of the other. Our core is engaged. When we feel ready, we can add our movement. So top leg slides in into the tree pose, extending the leg up to the sky, flexing the foot as we lower the leg all the way back down. Sliding and gliding, extending and lengthening and strengthening as we lower all the way back down. We are still breathing. We're still engaging our core. We're pointing through the toe as we slide the leg up to tree pose, pointing as we extend up, and flexing as we lower the leg all the way back down. We're getting a little bit of ankle work in there while we do it. We may as well. Let's reverse the move. So we extend the leg up, we bend the knee into our tree pose, and we slide the leg back down. Extending up, bending the knee, and sliding the foot back down. From here, let's slide the leg up into our tree pose, holding onto the ankle, pushing the hips forwards, pushing the knee out and back. And then holding onto the big toe or taking our loop around the foot as we extend the leg up to the sky. Still pushing our hips forwards, we haven't rolled back onto our bum. And releasing, rolling ourselves over, moving anything off the mat. Perfect. Now let's stretch out into our downward dog. So stretching away with the arms, curling the toes under, lifting the hips up high, lengthening out through your arms, your spine, tilting your sit bones up towards the sky. Our feet are hip distance apart. Spreading through the toes, spreading through the fingers, and maybe bringing your heels down on your exhale. It's more important to get the length through the spine rather than to bring your heels down. Relaxing your head and your neck. You can stay still, or you might add some movement, pedaling through the heels, pedaling through the shoulders. And we're going to be doing quite a lot of bouncing work in a little moment, so we also want to stretch out through the ankles as well. So we're going to take the top of one foot and press it down into the ground, pressing through the front of your ankle. I like to call this move dolly feet. And changing to the other side, pressing down the top of the foot, the front of the foot, pressing through the front of the ankle. It's just like a little Barbie foot. You can do one leg at a time, or if you're feeling particularly adventurous today, then you can do both legs at the same time. The first time you do this, it is a bit of a shock to the ankles, but the more you do it, the easier it will be. If you do get cramped though, ease yourself out, do not stay there in pain. Let's come down to rest in our child's pose, big toes together, knees wide apart, sitting back on our heels, stretching our arms forwards. From here, let's lift back up to our downward dog, just so we can walk our feet in towards our hands into a forward fold. And then roll up through our spine, coming up to standing. Standing at the top of our mat, let's do our half sun salutation. So legs together, tailbone tucked under. Relaxing our shoulders, taking our arms up to the sky. Palms meet to the top as we stretch through into a baby back bend. And then folding down to the ground into a forward fold. Holding here for a few breaths, relaxing your head, relaxing your neck. Then bring your hands to your shins, lifting up into gazing pose. So we have a flat back, we're taking our shoulders away from our ears. Folding down to the ground, hands are down, bending your knees well, stepping back with the right leg. So the front knee is directly over the ankle and the back heel is pushing away, hips are low as we curve our body forwards. And bring your right leg back to the front into our fold, taking your arms up to the sky and releasing back down. Other leg, taking your arms up to the sky, lengthening up through the middle, and then folding down to the ground into your forward fold. Bring your hands to your shins and lift up into your gazing pose. And fold back down to the ground. Hands are down, bending your knees well, stepping back with the left leg. Front knee is over the ankle, back heel is pushing away. Curving your body forwards. And stepping back into your fold, lifting up to the sky and lowering back down. We're going to do one more time on each side. So taking your arms up to the sky, palms meeting at the top, lengthening into your baby back bend and folding down to the ground. Bringing your hands to your shins, lifting up into gazing pose and folding back down to the ground. Hands down, bend your knees, step back with the right leg, pushing into your back heel. And stepping back into your fold, taking your arms up to the sky and lowering back down. Last time through, arms up to the sky, lengthening through to our baby back bend, folding down to the ground. Hands to your shins, lifting up into gazing pose. And folding back down to the ground, bending your knees, stepping back with the left leg this time, pushing into your back heel. And back to our fold, arms are up, body is up, lowering the arms back down. Great work, team. From here, let's take our legs out wide. Let's come into our Trikonasana. So we're going to turn our left foot in slightly and our right foot out. So the front heel should line up with the arch of the back foot. Your chest is square towards the front, arms extended out, shoulders relaxed down. On our exhale, we're reaching over towards the right side and then taking the tip of our body into our Trikonasana. Just bring your top hand to the waist as you look down and make sure your head is over your big toe. Then your shoulders are stacked one on top of the other. With your top hand, you can wrap it around behind your back to grab the inner thigh, or we can extend it straight up towards the sky. If you want to, we can take our gaze to look up to the top thumb, and we should be able to see it with the lower eye. We're strong, we are still breathing. you can stay with this, or if you want more of a stretch through the left side of your body, we can turn our palm towards our head and stretch our arm up and over to be in line with our ear. Stretching out into your fingertips and lifting back up to the top. Let's turn our legs around the other way, Trikonasana on the other side. So right foot in, left foot out, squaring your chest towards the front, arms extended out, shoulders relaxed down, reaching over to the left side first and then tipping like an aeroplane. Bringing your hand to your waist as we look down, making sure we're in correct alignment, we're not sticking our bum out. You can stretch the arm back up to the sky, you can wrap it around behind your back, you can take your gaze up to the top thumb if you prefer. So it's more important that we're in one line and that we're not sticking our bum out. So if your hand is on the floor but your bum is stuck out, then just bring your hand a little further up the leg. We're not pushing pressure against the knee joint though. We want to strengthen our body, not to hurt ourselves. And we don't want to stick our bum out because we want to be streamlined. Let's turn our hand, so the palm of the top hand, turning it towards the head side and then stretching your arm up and over by your ear if you want that option of getting more of a stretch through the right side of the body. And lifting back up to the top. And finally the moment we've been working up towards, so we are coming into our Hasta Padangusthasana sequence. So we're going to start off by using a belt. We want a loop of the belt, and it's just like how we used it on the floor. So we're taking the loop. We want to keep upright through the body, so make the loop as long as you need to. We're going to start by taking it around our right foot. We're spreading through the toes on the left foot to stay balanced. Our left hand is coming to our left hip. We're lifting up tall through our spine, keeping our right shoulder relaxed and back. Imagine someone's pulling you up from the top of the head. We are strong. And then we're going to take our right leg out towards the right side, keeping the leg as straight as possible. To help counterbalance our weight, we're going to take our gaze over towards the left side. We're still feeling strong, we're still tall through our spine. If it helps, just lean back against something, that is fine. A wall, a tree. Bringing your right leg back to center, we're not finished with this leg yet. We're just going to release our hold on it, so moving the strap away but keeping the leg exactly where it is. This move looks like it should be easy, it sounds like it should be easy, but it's not. Lowering the leg back down, you'll find that your leg slowly lowers when you try to keep it up there. That's why we work and practice all the time. So let's move over to the other side. The loop is around the left foot this time, the right hand to the right hip. We're lengthening up through the spine as we extend the leg out forwards. Then we take the left leg out to the left side, and we take our gaze over the right shoulder this time. This sequence is great because it stretches the back of your legs, it works your hips, strengthens the ankles, strengthens the legs. And bring the leg back to center. Now for the hard bit, releasing our hold on the leg but keeping it lifted just as high, no hands. Our chest is tall, our spine is long. We can stay here all day, but we won't. Let's release the legs, shaking it out. So we're gonna do it one more time on each leg. We're always better the second time around. You can use the strap, it's up to you. This time I am going to grab hold of my big toe instead. So we still want to be tall through the spine as we grab hold of the right leg. Our left hand is still on our left hip. We're taking our right leg out towards the right side, just like last time, and taking our gaze to look over to the left side. Still long through our spine, still breathing. Just like what we did when we were on the floor, or laying on our side. Bringing the leg back to center, I've got a special treat for you this time. We're holding here. We're going to try and bring our nose towards our knee. So we're folding, hinging from the hips, widening through the elbow, keeping our lifted leg up high as we fold forwards, trying to get our nose to touch our knee. Let me know in the comments if you got it there. Lift back up to the top. The hard part, leaving the leg where it is. Releasing our hold, and then releasing the leg. Great work, team. Last side through. So holding on to our big toe or holding on with the strap, we're grabbing hold of our left leg this time, right hand to our hip. Extending the leg out forwards to begin with. And then taking the left leg out to the left side, taking our gaze over the right shoulder. Bringing our leg back to center. Folding, hinging from our hips, trying to bring our nose towards our knee, widening our elbow, keeping our leg up high. We're always better on one side than we are on the other. Maybe this is your better side. Lifting back up to the top, let's leave the leg where it is, but release our hold. Keep the leg high, keep breathing, and releasing, shaking out through the legs. Just circling out through the hips, opening back up again. And closing in as well, rounding out through your hips. Shake it out. Let's just ease some pressure there. So taking our yoga brick or a cushion or a rolled up blanket, placing it between the top of our thighs, squeezing the legs together. Long through the rest of our body. Closing your eyes, relaxing your arms out by your side. Squeezing onto the brick, getting rid of any tension from your hips. Taking this time to focus back on your breath, feeling the strength in your body, in your legs, feeling grounded, taking this time to appreciate your body and everything it's allowed you to do in your practice today. On your next inhale, circle your arms up towards the sky, palms meeting at the top, and exhale lower. Inhaling gratitude. Exhaling any negative thoughts. One more time. This time pausing when your hands meet your third eye. The highest in me honors the highest in you. Lower your fingertips towards your lips. May the words you speak always be kind and true. And lower your hands towards your heart center. Bowing your chin towards your chest, thanking your body for today's practice. Blinking open your eyes when you're ready. Thank you for joining me today, guys. Super effort. Give a little shake out with your legs. Thank you for joining me. Give it a like, give it a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. That's it from me and Jessica. I hope you had fun. Stay safe. See you later.